Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Emily back with another interesting video. I hope you're doing okay today guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the people that have subscribed. And if you're watching and you've not subscribed, please make sure you do that. Take a second and subscribe so that you can be seeing more of me when I get to upload every Monday and Wednesday. So guys, thank you for tuning in today, as I said. So for today, I'm going to be talking about the difference between life in Kenya and life in UK. As you all know by now, I'm a Kenyan, so I'll be talking about my experience, things that are in Kenya and things that are in UK, the different things. So we'll be looking at different topics, different areas to see how things operate. So make sure you stay tuned, make sure you watch up to the end so that you can be able to understand the system in UK and the system in Kenya as well. And yeah, we will see. And make sure you subscribe guys, make sure you share and comment your thoughts on this video. So to start with, I'll start with food, which is my favorite thing to talk about because I love food. About good food. So when it comes to food, I would say that I prefer food from Kenya. Kenyan food is amazing. The nyama choma in Kenya, you not get such nyama choma here because for like in UK when you make barbecue, you have to marinate the meat with so many spices, and like in Kenya you only have to like dip the meat in salty water and then you just make your nyama choma and the outcome is nothing but the best. I feel like now going to Kenya and getting some nyama choma. So when it's come to food in UK, there are a lot of frozen food. That is something that I think when food is frozen, it makes the taste of the food, it's not that good. And in Kenya, you find like everything is fresh. When you go to the garden, you can pick your kales from the garden. You go to the butcher, you'll find fresh meat. They are never frozen. And like here, so that's one disadvantage when it comes to UK on food. I would give a tick to Kenya, but there is also an advantage of food in UK where you find that when it comes to the economy of UK, when it comes to food, everyone in UK can afford to buy food, and like in Kenya you find some people may be struggling to buy food, yet that's where most of the food that UK import comes from. So it doesn't make sense how that happens, but it's because of the economy, the difference in economy. The economy in UK is well or better than in Kenya. So that's when it comes to food, that's an advantage that I can give to UK. So food, but nevertheless, I would just go for food in Kenya. It's amazing. From the fruits, because if you like mangoes, like in UK they always import all their fruits, and then you go to Kenya, there you find like when you go to the farm, you just get your mangoes, get your bananas, fresh, very sweet, and like here where they import, so they are not that good. But anyway, they are good, but not to the standard of the Kenyan ones. So the second thing that I will talk about is the weather. When it comes to the weather in UK, you know there is different weather seasons. There is summer, there is winter, there is spring, there is autumn. So there is disadvantage of summertime and advantages of summertime, and there is disadvantage of winter. So when it comes to winter, it's very cold, so you have to be wrapped up all the time in your jackets, cardigans. So that's a disadvantage. And like in Kenya, the weather is favorable. You don't have to stay all the time wrapped up in your cardigans. The weather is good, so I will really give weather during winter time to Kenya, because there the weather is much better than in UK, and I think it's because Kenya is in the equator, so makes the weather favorable. And when it comes to summer in UK, the advantage is because you can dress the way you like, because the weather, it's at least it's warm, so you can, and then you can go out. Like, there is more activities to do during summer than winter. During winter, you find people prefer to just stay in their houses and just have hot drinks, unlike summertime where you find everyone wants to feel the sunshine, so you'll be going out. So there is a lot of activities you can give you can do during summer. So when it comes to weather, again, I'll just give a tick to Kenya. Kenyan weather is amazing. So guys, I'll talk about the third thing, which is social life. I'll give social life to Kenya. I'm not big, like, but yeah, it's true. I'll just give social life to Kenya because when it comes to UK, for me, I don't even, my neighbors, I always see them, but we don't like communicate. Not even like, I always know that I have a neighbor, but I don't even know them. If they have any problem, I can't know. If I have any problem, they will never know. So like, when it comes, and I am seeing them, it's like once in a while, and I'll be seeing them crossing over and maybe going to their car and to their house. But there is no social life like like in Kenya. In Kenya, if you live in one place, like in an apartment, probably you will know most everybody in that apartment, even though there are over 20 people or over 30 people. You will know all of them, and you'll find like you can even go sit down outside, have talk about what's going, share ideas. Like, social life in Kenya is better than here, and people go out. Like, if you go to maybe parties, Kenyans, when it comes to socializing, it's very easy. They get along very quickly, and like in UK, social life it's poor. I can say it's poor because I've been here for a while now, but I don't even have friends. Something funny, I don't have friends. I've never made friends. If I go somewhere, like, I'll just go. If I find people there, we will just do what we are meant to do there at that particular point. The moment we part ways, that's it. We are done. Like, we will never talk. So making friends is like a hassle. Like, it's so hard. So when it comes to social life, again, I'll just give it to Kenya. So the next thing I'll talk about is healthcare. When healthcare is like, I'm talking about the hospitals. When it comes to healthcare, I will give it to UK. I prefer healthcare in UK compared to the one in Kenya, in the fact that in UK you don't have to pay hospital bills. Like in Kenya, you have to pay hospital bills. If you have to go to these good hospitals, the big hospitals that are known to be the best, the bills there, they are normally very expensive. So you find that so many Kenyans get disadvantaged because of that. It's too expensive, so not everyone can afford to pay for those bills. So that's why I give it to UK, because when it comes to hospitals, healthcare, it's free. You just book in your appointment, go get your treatment, and it's free of charge. So but a disadvantage when it comes to healthcare in UK is that when you have to book appointment, it's not easy. If you're feeling unwell at the moment, you can't just go to the hospital, not unless it's emergency, but you have to call them, book an appointment, and they can even give you appointment 5 days later. So that's a disadvantage that I will give it to Kenya. Like in Kenya, you can just walk in the hospital without like having to call to book any appointment and get treated. So when it's that, there is in both Kenya and UK, there is advantage and disadvantage as well. The next thing that I will talk about is education. When it comes to education, again, I will give it to UK because education in UK is free. You don't have to pay any school fees, so your kids can go to school. And even though you come to UK from like overseas, like from Africa, when you come to with your kids, they will not pay school fees. The education is free, which I think it's advantage to each and every child. So unlike in Kenya where you have to pay school fees, so you find that there are some kids that are disadvantaged. They can't go to school because of school fees. When they go to school, they're asked to go home and get school fees. That's a disadvantage. And education wise, I'll just give it to UK. So the next thing I will talk about is corruption. My people from Kenya understand this very well. Corruption in Kenya, it's a lot. In UK, I have not. If there is corruption, it's minimal because people being corrupt in UK, it's something that is not majorly known to be there like in Kenya. In UK, if you like found guilty of something, trust me, you just get the punishment. Whether it's something you didn't pay, anything, there's nothing like going and talking to the policeman and just giving him a small amount of money and then they let you go. In this country, there is nothing like that. That's something that is, to be honest, it's something good because people adhere to the rules of the government, which is good. Unlike in Kenya, where corruption is, it's very major, and this is disadvantaging so many people, and it's affecting the country in so many ways. So the next thing I'll talk about is means of transport. Again, when it comes to means of transport, I'll just give it to UK. The means of transport in UK is amazing, unlike the means of transport in Kenya. You find in UK, like the buses, they have time. They work on time. If you go on your phone, you look at the map. If you're planning your journey, you can easily plan your journey just on your phone. You get to know if a bus or a tram, what time it will be there, or the train. So when it comes to means of transport, I'll just give it to UK, and you get buses coming even in 7 minutes time. Each and every 7 minutes time, there will always be a bus or a tram, which is something amazing, especially for the guys that are working. So another thing that I will talk about is when it comes to cars, like buying expensive cars. In Kenya, you find that if you have an expensive car, everyone will notice it, and they will be like, "Oh, that's a nice car." It's something amazing there. Unlike in UK, whether you have an expensive car or a cheap car, or you don't even have a car, no one cares. No one will be bothered about what you're driving. That's something that I think is amazing, because there's no the pressure of feeling like, oh, I don't have a car, so I'm down, or you know what I mean. So that's another thing. So guys, for this video, I would like to wrap it up here, and I'll see you on the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you can see the next video when I upload, and don't forget to share, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you take care. Bye. Love you guys.